for target 2C, factor a quadratic expression and equation to reveal the zeros of the function it defines and interpret those in context. Okay. So we're going to start with 2C.1. I can factor quadratic to positive numbers by identifying the factors in the Punnett square. So, what does the word factor mean? Factor is just the opposite of distribution. So in B2 and B3, we were multiplying to get something that looks like this. Now we're going to start with our answer and work backwards to get something that looks like those factors. Okay? So we're going to use our Punnett squares again. And so if I look at example 1, y squared plus 9y plus 18, my first job is to draw our Punnett square. And then it says put the first term in the upper left corner and the last term in the bottom right corner. So that's this and this. Then I need to find two numbers that multiply to the last term and add to the middle term. So we want to multiply to 18, so blank times blank equals 18. But we want to add to 9. Blank plus blank equals 9. Now, something that could help you here is pulling up a multiplication chart. So, I was using Desmos, I guess. If you search 20 by 20 multiplication chart, it will usually pop up. Go to one of your images. This first one is wonderful. Alright, but there's a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to have that chart over here while we're doing these problems. Okay? Oh, this one's 15 by 15. There's the 20 by 20. I just like the 20 by 20 just in case some of your numbers are bigger. So you can use this to find what multiplies to 18. So I'm just going to go through and look for the number 18. There's an 18 right here. But then, so 1 times 18 is 18. But if I put 1 and 18 here, 1 plus 18 is not 9. So that doesn't work. Okay? So I'm going to keep looking through, and I find this 18 here that has 3 and 6. And if I do 3 times 6, that is 18. And if I do 3 plus 6, that is 9. Okay? So I'm breaking up this 9y into 3y and 6y. Right? In our last one, we added these two terms, right, in target B, and that's how we got that. Now we're just separating them back. Okay? And our last one, fill in the factors outside the box. So we have this y squared. Y times y is what gives me y squared. And then y times positive 3 gives me positive 3y. And y times positive 6 gives me 6y. We do want signs in between them. Okay? So now we have our answer of y plus 3 times y plus 6 is what gives me this. Okay? We need to write it in that factored form. It should look like a question from the last target, right? Okay, let's look at our next one. W squared. Here. So we have that there. Perfect. So we have w squared plus 10w plus 24. Again, we're going to start by filling out or making our Punnett square. We have our two numbers we put here. Okay. And then we need our two numbers to multiply to 24, so blank times blank equals 24, and add to 10. Blank plus blank equals 10. So I'm going to start looking for a 24. I see a 24 here, right? That's 8. How do I just put that? This was the one I was looking at, right? 24 here, which is 8 times 3. Well, 8 plus 3 is 11. That's close, but not 10. I see another 24 right here, right? And that's 6 and 4, and I believe that will get me to 10. Right, so 6 times 4 is 24. 6 plus 4 is 10. So we're splitting that 10W into 6W and 4W. Filling out the outside. The only way to get W squared is W times W. And then it's W plus 6. And W and then plus 4 to get 4W, right? It's really positive, right? But we want to make sure we have the signs. That way when we fill this out, we have W plus 6 and then W plus 4. The order these go in really doesn't matter. You could also have W plus 4 times W plus 6. All right, let's look at our next one. I turned the page. Okay, looking at number 3. We have x squared plus 6x plus 9. So again, we'll draw our Punnett square. First two numbers in, or first and last number in. Then we want to multiply to 9. Right? And if you know some of your multiplication and addition facts, right, some of you might be better at finding these numbers. If you're finding these numbers quickly, that's great. Right? If you need to use the chart, you can use the chart. But I see this 9 right here, which has a 3 and a 3. Sorry, I made a mistake. Let's fix it. We're not adding to 9. Put a circle around a 6. Okay, there we go. That way 3 and 3 does work. 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 plus 3 is 6. Right? So we have that 3x here, and that 3x here. And then we have, right, filling in the outside, x times x, positive 3, positive 3. So we have x plus 3, and then x plus 3. So those are our factors. All right, moving right along to number 4, x squared plus 7x plus 12. Putting in our first number and our last number, x squared, and then 12. We need to figure out how we're going to break up this number, right, to put in these two boxes. So we're going to have something plus something equals 7. And then, right, those same numbers have to multiply 12. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 plus 4 is 7. Right here. You could also see like 12 is here. 6 times 2, right? 6 times 2 is 12, but 6 plus 2 is not 7. So 6 and 2 don't work, right? There really is only one set of numbers that works for both things. So we'll put in here 3x and 4x. Then on the outside, x squared is x times x, x plus 3, and then x times 4. And these are positive. All right, go ahead and pause the video and try number 5 and number 6 on your own really quick. And and then I'll quickly go over them. Alright, at this time we should have paused our video, and we should get in our Punnett square, right? We have x squared and 45. What multiplies to 45 and adds to 14? We should get 9 and 5. Alright, so that's 9x and 5x. So then we get x times x, positive 9 here, a positive 5 here. And then our answer is x plus 9 and x plus 5. Yeah. Alright, looking at number 6, same type of thing. Here's my Punnett square. We have x squared here and 7 here. So what multiplies to 7 but adds to 8? This one's usually kind of confusing for students because they forget that, like, about the 1. 1 times anything is that number, and then 1 plus 7 is 8. So this type of thing pops up a lot, so be careful there. So that's 1x and 7x. So we get x plus 1, x plus 7. And that is it. Go ahead and start working on your C1 activity.